yeah.
Let's go!
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, in honor of the release of Kung Fu Panda 4 in theaters, I've decided to build Po, the Dragon Warrior. The first step to building a character of this size is to create a solid core. For this, I'll start by stacking 2x4 bricks on top of a 6x8 stud base of plates. I'll leave a 1 stud perimeter where I will then attach a combination of 1x1 and 1x4 bricks with studs on the side, and 4 1x1 corner stud bricks. Then I'll line the bottom perimeter of the base using 1x6 plates, so that when completed, I'll have a block that is 5 plates tall. The next layer will vary slightly, but the technique is the same, stacking bricks with studs on the side on top of 2 layers of plates. The reason for this pattern is that it will allow us to connect plates on the side of the structure because the width of a 2 stud brick measures the same as the height of 5 stacked plates. Since I'll be adding quite a bit of mass as I build out Po's body, it's important that I get as many connection points as possible. So on some of the layered sections of the core, I'll be using modified 2x2 plates with studs on one side beneath the side studded bricks. This will give me a continuous studded surface to build onto. We'll continue building layers until we have a structure that is 20 studs tall on the side. Next, we'll begin shaping his torso by layering curved slopes on the side edges of an 8x10 dimension plate. I'll use 1x2 sloped wedges to round out the corners and then layer tiles on half of the surface of the plate. I'll start stacking more plates and tiles the further I go, so when placed on the core, it will gradually widen his torso. shape his head, I'll connect some curved slopes to a 4x6 stud plate. And cover the surface of that plate with white tiles in place. Then I'll add another layer of triangular black tiles to that. We'll add another plate and continue to cover that with the curved slopes and tiles. Once finished, I'll make a mirrored copy for the other side of the body, and then attach these sections to each side of the core. The next step will be to build his lower back, which will begin with stacking 2x4 bricks underneath a 4x6 plate. And then connecting that to an 8x8 plate. Next, I'll start layering a variety of curved slopes to round out the lower back. I use many different slope pieces to achieve a gradually rounded surface that will cover the entire circumference of his midsection, and near the bottom, I'll add some cheese slopes, tiles, and ingots to make his belt. Next, I'll make the sections that will form the sides of his waist using more curved slopes and sloped wedges, stacked on top of layers of plates and tiles. Again, I'll be mirroring this to make sections for each side of his body. I'll use the same approach to building the front of Poe's torso, but I'll use a curved plate as the base to further accentuate the roundness of his belly. Up next, I'll need to build a structure that will serve as a framework for his shorts. So first I'll add some bricks around the lower section of the core, and then attach some tiles and ingots to finish his belt. Some of these will need to sit at an angle, so I'll use some plates with a clip and bar handle to make a hinge and then angle them to make a somewhat curved belt line. Now I'll need to change the direction of the studs so that I can build downward off of the core structure. To do this, I'll use some 1x2 bricks with studs on both sides and stack them on top of some 1x4 plates. I'll connect some 1x1 by 1 2/3 bricks to the bottom of 2 of them. And then I'll take these sections and connect them to the bottom of Poe's core. Once in place, I'll take some 2x2 modified plates with studs on one side and connect them to all 4 sides. I'll make the front and back of his shorts by layering some tiles and curved slopes on top of some plates and then add a 1x2 brick with studs on one side to each end of the section. And a 1x4 brick with studs on one side to the bottom. These sections will slide into place on the front and back of the lower torso structure. For the sides, I'll again stack some curved slopes and tiles onto some plates and then add some 1x2 slopes on both ends. Then I'll connect some 1 by 1 by 1 2/3 bricks to the back side of the plates in a perpendicular direction and add another 1 by 2 slope to the end of each. And I'll finish that by adding a 1 by 1 cheese slope and a 1 by 1 curved tile to the ends. I'll need to make 2 of these sections, one for each side. The bottom of the shorts are made by lining the perimeter of an 8 by 8 stud base with curved slopes and wedges so that the base will align with the curvature of his shorts. I'll cover the surface of the base with tiles, leaving space where his legs will connect. For one side, I'll place some 2 by 2 slopes topped with 1 by 2 cheese slopes, and then place 2 1 by 2 hinge bricks with a 2 by 2 top plate on each, and then angle them to roughly 45 degrees. This will then connect to the bottom of the torso. The next step will be to create his arms. Starting with his left arm, I'll begin by stacking some curved slopes on top of some plates that will create the shape of his arm. Now this is another instance where I'll need to change the direction of the studs to be able to build on all sides, so I'll build a core structure using a combination of stacked plates, 1 by 2 bricks with studs on one side, and 1 by 2 by 1 2/3 bricks with studs on the side face and edges. I'll alternate the direction of the faces so that there will be studs on both sides of the structure. And I'll continue to build the outer portions of the arm by layering curved slopes onto plates and wedge plates. The goal here is to build the forearms so that they appear heavier than his upper arms. I'll make his paw by stacking some 1x2 round plates onto a 2x2 round plate and then layering round tiles on top of them. As I cover the arm core in plates, I'll start using some varied wedge bricks with curved slopes to accentuate the shape of the arm. To connect the arm to the torso, I'll attach some 1x1 rounded bricks with a bar handle to a set of 3 1x2 modified plates with a U-clip on the top. I'll attach those to the inside of the arm and secure them using 3 inverted 1x3 tiles. I'll use a similar approach to making his right arm, but I'll build it a bit shorter to give Po a more dynamic pose. I'll build his paw a bit differently as well, using round 1x1 modified bricks with a bar handle attached to a 1x1 modified tile with a U-clip on top, so that his fingers look slightly closed. Again, I'll layer curved slopes onto plates to round out the shape of his arm. And for the core of his arm, I'll stack 1x2 by 1 2/3 bricks with studs on the face and edges, alternating the direction of the faces. Once the arm is complete, I'll use a 1x2 plate with a bar handle connected to two 1x2 modified plates with a U-clip on top to attach the arm to the torso. start building Poe's feet by attaching some curved 1x1 tiles to the side studs of a 2x2 modified plate, and then layer 2x2 plates on top of that. Next, I'll add a 1x2 modified brick with studs on one side to the back of the foot, and I'll add a 2x2 curved slope with studs on the top of one side to the top of the foot and a standard 2x2 curved slope on the back to further define the shape of his foot. I'll use some bricks and 1x2 curved slopes with a recessed stud to create the sleeve of his shorts, and I'll stack 1x1 corner stud bricks onto the edges of a pair of 2x2 modified bricks with studs on the side. And then top that off with a black 2x2 plate, and then 2x2 curved slopes added to the side. I'll build his other foot in the same fashion. And then build the leg by stacking wedge plates around two 1x2 by 1 2/3 bricks with studs on the face and edges. The sleeve of his shorts will be made by using 4 2x2 modified plates with studs on one side, and then stacking them next to each other, rotating each one 90 degrees so that I have a 4x4 stud base with 2 studs on each side. Then I'll attach a curved 1x4 slope around each side, creating a rounded section that the leg will attach to. His foot will attach to the leg using a hinge made from 2 1x2 modified plates with a U-clip on top, attached to a pair of 1x2 modified plates with a bar handle on one end. This leg will connect to the hinge bricks on Poe's lower torso. Poe's head and ears are made by layering curved slopes and tiles onto a 4x6 plate, and then covering the remaining surface with tiles. His ears are connected by inserting the stem of a 1x1 round plate with a 1-length bar onto a 1x1 round plate with a hollow stud, and then angling the ears slightly inward. Lastly, to build Poe's face, I'll start by making a base using a set of 4 4x4 plates with a round corner and 1 2x8 plate in between. I'll add another layer of plates for durability, and then affix 2 4x4 circular plates for his eye patches. I'll begin rounding out the forehead using curved slopes and wedges, and then I'll place some printed 2x2 round tiles for his eyes. I'll use some 2x4 rounded tiles stacked onto a pair of 2x2 round plates to make his eyebrows and place them over his eyes. I'll continue to build up his face by layering plates and rounded tiles, filling in the corners with curved slopes and wedges. And as a final touch, I'll take a string element with a 1x1 round plate on each end and wrap it around the bottom of his nose to create his mouth. I'll then connect this completed section to the core structure. And there he is, Po the Dragon Warrior. If you like this build, please give a like and subscribe. If there are any characters or movies you'd like to see brought to life in LEGO, let me know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, happy building.